Hey, this is Scott Jones. Just getting ready to go to work, but I promised you a little video about ceremonial magic, a little talk, some of my thoughts on it. And as I sit here, I watch a television show called Charmed. For you guys who don't know about it, Google it. It was a story of a TV show about witches, good witches who fought off demons and protected innocent people. So I just thought I would give that little talk right now, sort of inspired by the ambiance, if you will. What is a ceremony? A ceremony is a series of rituals and actions to celebrate or recognize a particular moment in time. A ceremony is not just ordinary time. Whenever we perform a ceremony, it has a specific beginning, a specific middle, and a specific end. As I told you last time about magic, magic is the art of harnessing and contacting the forces and entities of the invisible world so that they may have effect in the visible. Well, we put ceremony and we put magic together. The best definition I can come up with right now, spontaneously, is a series of movements and gestures that has a beginning and middle and end for the purpose of making contact with the invisible world so as to have effect in the visible. And to break it down, let me give you an example. I have a particular ritual I do whenever I perform my magical works, where I call it clearing the place of the working. And the place of the working is simply the area that you're doing the ritual in. So I seal off the east, I seal off the south, the west, and the north with the sacred names of God. That is a ceremony. You see, I'm using a specific formula in a specific series of movements, me facing the directions, pronouncing the formulas, so as to reach a magical goal. Then I may light incense or say certain incantations. Usually I draw my incantations from the Bible, the Psalms for the most part. So see, that is a ceremony. I've selected a specific point in time and space to perform a specific series of gestures using particular objects, incense, sigils, which are magical symbols, and any other things. Like, I don't do this yet, but some ceremonial magicians, they'll dress up in particular or special clothing like robes or sandals. They may use wands, they may use altars. But the core thing of ceremonial magic is that it is a ritual. It's a special point in time and space. You're putting it aside for something. It's just like when we go to church. When we go to church, we dress a certain way. We'll wear a particular type of clothing. We get ourselves in a particular mindset. And this is all telling us that this is a special time. You know, our animal natures, when we get up in the morning to go about our day, we sort of tend to be on autopilot. Things are ordinary. You know, there's nothing special about the objects or anything around us. The only thing special about it is how they may serve our particular goal, as far as being at work or something. But there's nothing spiritual or special about it. But whenever we do a ritual, whether it be ceremonial magic or some religious festival, we use special clothing, we use special objects. Things take on a special meaning. This is not ordinary. But that's the same thing with the ceremonial magician. He or she will choose a particular time. Sometimes it lines up with astrological conditions. And they will wear a particular type of clothing, and they will have particular objects, bells, candles, special books they may read from, and around them you'll see particular colors and images. This is all to let their animal nature and their subconscious know that this is something unique, something special happening. One of the great books that I recommend, let me get it for you. Well, let me see here, I can show it to you. Follow me. It's this book. This is called The Key of Solomon. And this is a good book for learning the basics of ceremonial magic. Apparently, this is what Solomon left to his son to teach him how to conjure spirits. And he talks to you about making magical circles and the way to use candles and incense and things like that. And even if you don't adopt the Solomon system, this is a good start just to get your feet wet concerning ceremonial magic. But usually involves forming a protective circle. Because in ceremonial magic, often you're summoning spirits for the purpose of interrogating them, getting knowledge from them. Some people use ceremonial magic to summon the dead. Some use it to summon angels. But the bottom line is this, and some demons. Of course, I don't advise that, but some people do that. But the main thing is this: a special space that has been consecrated, made holy, to protect me, the magician, from whatever it is that I'm conjuring. You see, usually people conjure spirits in mirrors and smoke. Well, anyway, check this book out. I think you'll like it. Well, I will be giving you some more thoughts on ceremonial magic, but needless to say, to remember this: whenever you're going to do ceremonial magic, write out your ceremony. Start off with a rough draft. What's going to be the introduction? What's going to be the middle? What's going to be the end? What words am I going to use? Usually, you got to understand what type of entity or what type of thing am I trying to accomplish magically. And from that, you'll get what type of objects you need to use. I talked to you about gold and the sun and contacting the Archangel Michael. So as a ceremonial magician, you would have certain things on your altar that correspond to him. Maybe a gold symbol, picture of a sun, maybe a picture of a sword, because Archangel Michael is known for having a sword in the scales. You will use the appropriate God name for the sphere that he's in, and I'll get into that because that's the Kabbalah. So, but what I want to leave you with is that ceremonial magic is a ritual whereby we set aside a special point in space and time, and we use particular objects and clothing to lift ourselves from the ordinary mindset to make contact with the invisible world so as to accomplish something invisible. Well, I'll be talking to you soon later on, and we'll go deeper into ceremonial magic because there's a whole history. We'll get into the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley and Dion Fortune and all those people. Well, this is Scott Jones. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.